Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramenaabhiyata Nishacharachamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Raman Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittalayastada Bhautame Bhorama Mamudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattvalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Om Nama Iti Shri Maheshwara Sutrani Ayun Rulruk Ayong Ayouch Hayavarat Gan Namanam Jabain Garadash Jabagaradash Kapa Chata Chata Tav Kapai Shashasar Hal. I should I think somebody's mic is working.
Oh.
Is that you, Ven? No.
I don't know. I have headset. We had the same problem last time I was here.
But you were fine afterwards after a while.
Yeah.
Maybe, but if you have a headset, it shouldn't make a noise. I think you're okay now. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I think it's fine now. So last time we were doing number 40 over here, shloka number 40 we did it in brief. I have some questions. Let's read that one more time. Re pita hi bahavo nareshwarastena tat shadnirvrataha jyanighat katinat vacho bhujan swan vidhuya digiti pratasthire. So one more time. Re pita hi bahavo nareshwarastena tat shadnirvrataha jyanighat katinat vacho bhujan swan vidhuya digiti pratasthire. We went through this last time already. We saw the Padacheda already done for you, Malinasa down here. And also the Padanva is done for you. So our life is easy. So it is He Pitaha Hi Bahavaha Nareshwaraha Tena Etata Dhanusha Dhanurvrataha. Dhanurvrataha could have been a Pruthak Padam, could also be a Samasta Padam. Because whenever you have the Pratipadikam is the same as a Subanta Rupam, then you have this Sandeha, which is Pruthak Padam Astiva Athava Samase Vidyate. You do not know, because the word Dhanuho, Dhanus Pratipadikam, take Dhanur could also be the Prathama Athva Dvitiya Ekavachanam of Dhanus Pratipadikam, and of course it can also be in the compound because of Samo Napumsakat. I hope you've been using this search page, which is a very nice Ashtadhyayi, which is searchable. Very beautiful thing. Thanks to Ravi and Kalpesh, we now have some very good tools. We have the Ashtadhyayi searchable. We have the Gita searchable. We have the entire Srimad Bhagavata Puranam searchable. We also have the Amar Kosha searchable. We might now have the Raghuvamsham Ramayanam also shortly afterwards. But these are great tools. If you don't know Sutram Samor Napumsakat, you can just search, So you can say Swamor Napumsakat. Swamor Napumsakat. Here it is. Samor Napumsakat is 7123. If you only remember part of a Sutram, you can search for it very easily. Samor Napumsakat. You can take a guess. It's very fast. Within a few seconds, you get the Sutra number. Samor Napumsakat is 7123. So if you take the Pratipadikam Dhanus, then if you bring the pratyaya su or is swamor, you'll take luksyat. You take it'll be gone. So it'll become dhanuhu as prathama dvitiya ekavachanam. Okay, let's go back. So in short, there was a possibility of always keep all the possibilities open for the time being. But of course, this is a compound because the dhanurubhrat is a quibbanta Quibbantam, because this bhrit has taken the pratyaya 0, quip, and it has become a dhatu bhru. Of course, the dhatu is bhru, but because of the quip coming in, it converts into pratipadikam. The quip is a 0, which converts the dhatu into a pratipadikam, because you cannot bring the sup pratyaya unless you have a pratipadikam. Because of what? Because of the 4 1, let me say, Niya Pratipadikadis Adhikaraha. Niya Pratipadika. So if you look at the Adhikaraha, that you cannot bring this declensions unless you have a Pratipadikam. Niya Pratipadika. This Adhikara is 411. It goes up to end of the 5th chapter, Niya Pratipadika. So, and then this Takara is a Tuk Agamaha. Raswasya Piti Kriti Tuk. Raswasya Piti Kriti Tuk. So you can say Dhanuho Bibharati Iti Dhanurvrat. Dhanurvrat. Well, let's put in the document. Maybe you can start the document today. If any of you notice any errors in the document, let me know. We will correct even after the fact. It's good to correct that in case anybody. So this is, you can say, you can make it a Upapada Samasa. If it's Pratyaya Quip, can take Upapada. Even without Upapada, you can have Quip. But let us, we have, you can say Dhanus plus, you can take the Pratyaya plus Dhatu is Bhru plus the Pratyaya Quip, which is a Shunya Pratyaya. It goes to 0. Quip is a 0. So Quip is a 0. Let me see. So Vain, can you give me sutran for this? Why is Quip a 0? You try some of the sutran for this, Vain. Which ones can you give me from? Vain, are you
Okay. Quip becomes Halantyam, Pa goes away.
Pakara goes by Halantyam. What number will that be? So, do you have
137 or?
Just go in there. You know what you can do, Vain, is just search there. 137. Let's try that. 137. That is Chutu. But here, see how fast you can go there?
Oh, wow, yes.
It's very easy. Just
Halantyam is 133, okay.
133, because 132 starts this Upstation and Nacha. 133 is Halantyam. Okay, so 133
Yes.
Pakara Seed Sanya, and then again Tasya Lopaha. 139.
Tasya Lopaha.
Okay, so
Yes.
133 we got one. All right, what's the next one? Then
And then the next is 132, Upodeshani Nasika, the...
Updeshajana Nasika. It's the Ikarasya Itsanya.
Yeah. And then the Kakara goes away, Lashakapudite.
Shakpatadite. Now this is where does Tadita start from? You can also search for that. It's an Adhikara called Tadita. Adhikara called Tadita. Tadita. So that will be in, let's see, Tadita. Let's see what the next hit is. This is 4176 Tadita.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's very fast, so you can just try.
Yeah.
It goes. It's a very useful tool that we have. So you can.
You can search by a word in the middle of the sutra also?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Okay.
The entire Gita, the entire Amar Kosha, the entire Bhagavata Puranam is there at your fingertips. And now we can have maybe Raghuvamsham and Ramayanam also will be there soon.
Wow.
Any of these words, you can go to any of these texts and search for them. Can you imagine the whole Bhagavata Puranam and Ramayana?
Oh, yeah. My God, yeah.
Yes, it's very useful, very useful. We should use that. Anyway, so this Taditaha goes from 4176 to end the 5th chapter.
Yeah.
Now, we are right now using the Pratyaya Quip. The Quip Pratyaya is coming in, I think it's in the 3rd chapter. I think Anyebhyo Pidrishyate, the Sutram, Anyebhyo Pidrishyate, Anyebhyo Pidrishyate. Anyebhya, okay.
There it is, 32101.
You know what, it comes in 2-3 places.
Okay.
That sutra might come in 2-3 places because sutra actually is Quipcha. The 3276 is Quipcha. Anyebhyo Pidrishyante Quipcha. So what you can do is if you want to see the vritti for Quipcha, just go here and you can take the vritti for Quipcha. And let's see if you can go there because I want to show you the vritti for that because it's very, okay. So Quipcha, if you look at that, so 3, it is, let me see, maybe this one also. So 3, 2, I think what,
75?
75 was it? So now.
Yeah,
So
75.
So Ravi, this is not searchable, Ravi. Can we search it, Ravi, or it's not searchable, Ravi?
Satishi, you can search by numbers, but you need to insert a horizontal line.
Oh,
not the forward slash.
Okay, so 3, 2.
Oh, sorry, the vertical line. I didn't mean horizontal.
Oh, vertical line. Okay, vertical line. Okay, let me try that. Oh, okay, so it's a vertical line. Okay, good. So 3, 2, 75. Okay, see, so Here it is. Quipcha. So 3 2. This also is. Can you search? Let me try searching by Quipcha. Can I do that? Maybe I can do that.
It should work, Satish.
It should work. Here it is, Quipcha. Beautiful thing. This is also search.
Wow.
So, I mean, I'm sorry to spend this much time, but I think it is. You can use these tools.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah,
Great tool.
searchable. And you can go. Of course, these are some typos, but we can of course make some things better. But at least for time. So look at this one. Sarva dhatubhyaha, sopapadebhyaha, nirupapadebhyaha, cha, chandasi bhashayam cha, krip pratyaha bhavati. Basically, everybody included. Everybody is in here. It is sarva dhatubhyaha. Then sopapadebhya, you can have upapada samasa, or standalone also you can have. Say nirupapadebhya api, nirupapadeshcha. So it can be sopapada, it can also be nirupapada. And chandasi bhashayamcha. So now you can be between it can be in chandasi, in Veda mantra, bhashayamapi. So it can be everywhere Quip can be used. I mean, of course, this is you should not. All these Panini sutras are meant to justify the shishta prayoga. They're not meant to be, you can create your own words on the fly which have not been used anywhere, as far as possible. Because, because this says, can I use Quip for every dhatu to make every form? Yeah, it is allowed. But Shishta Prayoga is Pramana. So Ashtadhyayi is meant to support Shishta Prayoga, not to generate forms which are, don't make any sense. Always remember that. So, anyway, so Quipcha is which we can use.
So
Satish,
what would Bhashayam would mean here? Bhasha means
non-Vedic.
Non-Vedic. Meaning, if it is not Vedic, it is Sanskritam, right?
So it is classical, what do you call, so not Veda mantras, but all we are doing Bhashayam only right now. So
right, but it's already covered by dhatus and sopapada and ripapada.
No, but this might have anuvritti of Shande, something coming down Bhashayam. So all those are going to be stopped now.
Okay.
So it will become a blanket statement here. So Quip just.
Oh, okay.
Quip is used in many. You can use. There are by some specific rules for Quip also, which you may need to look at, but you don't need to because this is already telling you, giving authority to use Quip. But sometimes it can be vistarartham. It means that Panini might still specify Quip other places. So let's say here it is. Here is the Quip again coming here. Brahma bhruna vrittreshu Quip. So this dhatu han, again Panini is saying Quip can be used. Because why? Something might be stopping Quip, so he wants to put the Quip back again. It might be.
Oh, yeah.
That could be possible. But this is a beautiful tool. You can search for Quip everywhere now. Look at this one now. Bhraja, Bhasa, Dhur, Vidyut, and so these will take Quip also. Again, so there are some other sutras which expand on this one, but you don't really need them. So, but if there is a specific mention of dhatu bhru somewhere, we should use that sutra. So even though we have anyabhibhidushyate, but these other rules sometimes they give specific conditions. If there is a vishesha vidhanam, that should be used. But barring that, Quipcha can be used anyway to justify all these forms. Okay, you can search for Quip and look for all these other sutras also, and you can try to get them. Okay. So the form is now. Let's see. Go back to our document. Okay. So we got the pakaras in it by halantyam, ikara sanya by upadesh ajunanasika. What is left now? We have the ka. What's the ka?
Ka by lashakvatadite.
You told me. I'm sorry. 138 lashakvatadite. Let's put that. Yeah. Then now the vakara.
Vakara is vera prati.
Very good. Vera praktasya. What number is that?
That?
You want to try?
That is not in the same section. It is somewhere else.
Yes, not in the same section. It's not it letter actually. It is just
right. That's why. Yeah, yes.
So technically speaking, this pratyaya is a vakara pratyaya, vakara pratyaya. But that vakara takes slopa. So if you look for vera praktasya, so vera praktasya. Let's see. Here it is 6167.
6167. Okay.
Very fast. Vera praktasya.
Oh yeah, it's a great thing.
Yes, very fast. So okay, let's put that vera praktasya 6167. 6167. This is how the trick is to know which section of Ashtadhyayi give which sutram. So that if you know that the map of Ashtadhyayi, then you can quickly find answers. You should know Siddhanta Kaumudi also and Ashtadhyayi also. These are two ways to find answers. Of course, there are different Siddhanta Kaumudi organized by Prakriya. This has a different organization. You should know both of them. Particularly in today's day and world, the Ashtadhyayi is not studied much at all. People only study Siddhanta Kaumudi, they lose the Ashtadhyayi sequence. So as far as possible, always Siddhanta Kaumudi is our main text, but we want Ashtadhyayi on our side at all times. Okay, so that removed everything. It became 0. Now last thing we need is, can you tell me how the pratyaya goes away by any chance? Because the pratyaya is there. Because this thing takes the Pradipadika Sanya, the Pradipadika Sanya by Krit Tadita Samasascha. Krit Tadita Samasascha. Because this is a Krit Pratyaya, and because of what? Kruda thing Sutram, Krit Pratyaya. And then, of course, these are all basic things, but good to repeat them. Kruda thing Sutram starts the Adhikaraha, which tells you Kruda thing. Kruda thing is the 3193. Closing Adhikara starts from 3193 up to the end of the 3rd chapter. And we use Sutram in 3.2. So the Krit Pratyaya, then Krit Tadita Samasascha, which is going to be 1 to 46, which is the Pratipadika Sanya. Pratipadika Sanya by Krit Tadita Samasascha. And 1 to 46, I think it is. Yes, it is. And then Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho. Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho. Inside a Dhatu or Pratipadikam, Sup Pratyaya takes look. So Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho. 1, 2, or 2, 4. So that's always the steps. When we do an Upapada Samasa, you can use this Kruda thing. The next time I want to ask you, right? Kruda thing, followed by the Krit Tadita Samasascha, followed by Supo Dhatu Pratipadika Yoho. That's all because you will remove that Pratyaya. So drops by, takes Lopaha, drops by, okay, we have Kruda thing that gives the Krit Sanya, this is Sanya Sutram, Kruda thing, Adhikara, which is all these Pratyaya, which come from 3193 to end of the 3rd chapter, barring the Ting Pratyaya. Ting is a Tiptaji, those 18. Barring those, everything gets the Krit Sanya. And then we get the Pratipadika Sanya by Krit Samasascha, and then oh, okay. Alright, so that the drops, and then last thing we need is the Tuk Agamaha. Anybody? Tuk Agamaha. Let's see, can I call on Srini? Are you there, Srini?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, do you remember Tuk Agama by any chance? By which Sutram?
No, I can't recollect right now.
Okay, it's okay. What happens is that, in fact, you can search for it. You can just search for the Pratyaya Tuk, Rasvasya Piti Kruti Tuk, Rasvasya Piti Kruti Tuk, Rasvasya Piti Kruti Tuk. So it says if you have a Raswanta, which is the this Dhatu Bhru ending in the Rasva Rukaraha, followed by Piti Kruti. It should have pause in it, Krit Pratyaya. Then we get the Rasvasya, the Shashti Sthani Yoga. So that takes a Tuk Agamaha. So Adyantau Takitau, it goes at the end of the Dhatu Bhru. Adyantau Takitau. So the curse in it, we'll say put it at the end of that terms of the Rasva, which is the Rasvanta Dhatu which you have. Bhru, it goes at the end of that. Rasvasya Piti Kruti Tuk. It's very easy to remember this one, Srini, because the next one, Srini, starts Samhitaya, 6172. And this one is right before that. So it's very easy to remember this one. It's 6171 because it's right before Samhitaya. Samhitaya is coming right after that. So, okay, so let's put one 6171. Rasvasya Piti Kruti Tuk, Adyantau Takitau. So Tuk Agamaha comes by. The Tuk Agamaha is by Rasvasya Piti Kruti Tuk. So Tuk Agamaha. Okay, anybody in Gita? Any usage quickly in Gita? I want Tuk Agama, similar usage. Anybody? Let's find in Gita. Anybody same form? This similar kind of form like the Dhanur Bhrat. Can you give me one padam in Gita which has that one?
Satishji, Deha Bhrut.
Very good. Deha Bhrutamvara. Dehe Deha Bhrutamvara. Okay, let me finish this one. Correct. Tuk Agamaha. Always keep your home base in the Gita. Always keep your home base in the Gita. Tuk Agamaha. So Tuk Agamaha comes by. That way you can remember, you can relate to something, you know. Tuk Agamaha by 6171. Tuk Adyanta Utasitau. And in Gita, Gita is okay. Dehe Deha Bhrutamvara. Remember that sutram, shlokaha. Dehe, I think it's chapter, I think 8th chapter. I think. Dehe Deha Bhrutam. If I just search for the word Dehe, I should find it pretty quickly. No, next one. Dehe comes in many places. Okay, I'll find it. We'll find it. Look at that. Dehe comes in Gita so many places.
My God.
There's one more. Okay. Here it is. Dehe Deha Bhrutam.
Deha Bhrutamvara.
So Deha Bhrut Pratipadikam. Adiyajnyo Aham Evatra Dehe Deha Bhrutamvara. This is also a very common poetic form. So He Deha Bhrutamvara, O best of the embodied. This is Sambodhanam for Arjuna. He Deha Bhrutamvara. Asmin Dehe. Is that you, Van, by any chance? No.
Yeah, done. I turned off.
Right, Deha Bhrutamvara. So that's in Gita 8.4. Dehe Deha Bhrutamvara 8.4. Okay, let's move on. I just want to convert. I mean, we have to pick and choose. We have only so much time in class, so we have to pick some grammar topics. So I'm trying to do, just take the ones which come to my mind. The others you can also ask questions. So we cannot do all of them, but at least I hope we can, give some understanding. This is not going to be given with Malinatha, because we're supposed to know these common forms. Okay, Deha Bhrut, Deha Bhrutamvara. Okay, now. Ja Nighat Kashinat Tvachaha Bhujan Swan Vidhuya Dhik Iti. Pratakpadam Dhik Iti. Pratasthire. The simple sentence is Nareshwaraha Pratasthire. So Nareshwaraha, the lords of kings, means the best of kings, leaders of kings. They set out, they left. In short, in English, left. Pratasthire means they left, departed. Dhatu pra plus tha. Before I forget, we had this dhatu stha, the shtha in the dhatu pata, gati nivrittau. Shtha gati nivrittau is that it means that gati nivritti means you stop moving, means you stay. Tha is to stay in English. Tha is to stay. But now that is a parasipadi dhatu. So become Atmani. So anybody in the class, which pada of Ashtadhyayi can I go to get this sutram? Why Stha has changed the padam from the Atmani padam to which has taken the Atmani pada pratyaha, that ire pratyaya which you saw last time in the class. Which pada of Ashtadhyayi will give me that? So, anybody in the class, raise your hand. Okay. In the Ashtadhyayi is only one part. Okay, Vasu has answered. I'm impressed, Vasu. Chakito asmi.
You mentioned 1322. I was wondering why you mentioned that, and I couldn't understand that.
That is the one, 1322. That is one. In 1.3. 1.3 is this section where Panini divorced most of this pada, starting from this sutram, Anudatta Nita Atmane Padam. So maybe you can remember like this, when the same pada which gives the it sanya sutras, right? In the same pada below that. See, because Satya Lopa 139, then you have two paribhashas here, Yatha Sankyam Manudesha Samanam and Swaritena Adhikara, these two paribhashas. And after that, only two in between, after that you can start this, Anudatta Mita Atmanipadam. Then Apada Samaptehe, up to the end of that pada, this section talks about when to use Atmanipadam, when to use Purasyapadam Pratyaya. Okay. And the longer section is the Atmanipadam section, because by default, everything defaults to Purasyapadam by the sutram Sheshat Kartari Purasyapadam. So if nothing is said, every dhatu will only take an affix Purasyapadam. Sheshat Kartari Purasyapadam. That's why this section from 1.3.12 to 1377 gives you all the conditions where Atmanipadam has to be used. Now, of course, they are very important. The first two there are important, which is the Anudatta Gnita Atmanipadam. So any dhatu which has the Anudatta it, if it has an it letter, which is a swara, it swara, and that has Anudatta swara on that, or the it is the Kavarga Panchama, Ka, Kha, Ga, Gha, Nga, then that dhatu can take only Atmanipadam affixes. And the next, so remember this one thing, is that the it letter gives you an indication of the Atmanipadam or Parasyapadam Vyavastha. While the dhatu swara itself talks about the idagama. So these are the two things in a dhatu, the swara. One is for the dhatu swara itself. So if you have a dhatu like bhu, that ukaraha, that is the dhatu swara. So that will tell you about the Atmanipadam, the idagama, the state on it. And that sutram is the reason why we are mentioning that is 7 to 10. We have to say ekach upadeshanudattat. Ekach upadeshanudattat. If you have a dhatu, and for the dhatu swara itself you have anudatta swara, then that stops the idagama. It doesn't allow an idagama to come for the pratyaya. Remember, the idagama comes for the pratyaya, not for the dhatu. Dhatu will only allow it or wouldn't allow it to come. The agama itself comes to the pratyaya, not for the dhatu. But if you have a ekacha dhatu, which has the anudatta swara on its vowel, then it will not allow any idagama. But here we are talking about the anudatta nitya atmanipadam. It's for the it letter, not for the dhatu swara. Now the dhatu bhu sattayam, so it nasti eva. There is no it. Tasmat sheshat kartari parasyapadam. If a dhatu has no it letter on it, it's going to be as a default parasyapadam. Because of course, barring any special rules, there are of course many special rules, but as a general rule, this 1312 will only make a dhatu which has a it letter and which is anudatta swara on that it swara, on the it vowel, it ach, and or the kavarga panchama as an it. In that case, it becomes. But if it has no it letter, it will default to the sheshat kartari parasyapadam. Anyway, just introduction for us, small introduction. Dhatu shtha. In fact, here is one for us. Dhatu shtha. Gati nivruttau. That dhatu shtha has no it letter on it. So we are going to default to parasyapadam. But then Panini put special rules which will say that in these conditions, maybe in certain meanings, or maybe upasarga yogat. Because upasarga is coming in there, you have to then use Atmanipadam. That's the sutram here is samava pravibhyaha stha. Okay. If the dhatu stha is there and we have the upasarga sam or ava or pra or vi. Right now we have pra, pratasthire. Then Atmanipadam has to be used. So 1322, even though dhatu shtha as in the dhatu partha is a parasmapadi dhatu, because a special vishesha vidhanam, so para upasarga vidyate tat prabhavat tat sanyogena tat yogena, you can say Atmanipadam vidhiyate ayena sutrena. Only Atmanipadam can be used. That's why I put that sutram. By the way, in case any of you have this book by Devdar, we show you the translation at the end of when we do that. This book, I didn't scan those pages, but at the end has very nice notes. There are very nice notes on each shloka, and he gives the the Vishamastalani, the difficult words, and he also gives some sutras also there. So there he mentioned this sutram 1322, the sam ava para vibhyaha stha. If you have any new sutram, please chant it a few times. These sutras are very beautiful. They've been composed with enormous amount of care, and they really have the power to impart knowledge to us. So they're not just written in like a hurry or with no thought. So always recite this new sutram maybe 10 times. Make that a habit. Any new sutram, recite it clearly, loudly, at least 10 times. Samava pravibhyastha. samava pravibhyastha, samava pravibhyastha, and so on. Okay, so please make that a habit, because the more these stick in your head, and now we have all the search tools. If you just remember only stha, you can just search for that. You can find very quickly something where the sutra might be. Okay, so just to 1322. So that's what allowed us to bring the tells us to use Atmanipadam. Tells us to use the Atmanipadam Pratyaha. Atmanipadam. When the stha is preceded by some, etc. Okay. All right. So that's fine. So that missed that last time. I just want to fill that in today. Okay. Let's follow Malinatha. See what we have. She says, "Hey Tata, always learn the Padanvaya for Malinatha. Padanvaya." Okay. Okay. Which book? This book that I'm having is the Shri. This one book is a book by Motilal Banarasi Das. It's called the Raghuvamsham. The Works of Kalidasa is the book, and the author is C.R. Devdhar. C.R. Devdhar, and it's in 2 volumes. So he has done translation in English of most of Kalidasa's works, and I think it is available. It has 2 volumes by C.R. Devdhar, Works of Kalidasa. I think Vasu has a question. Yes, Vasu?
Satishji, that's the 2 things I wanted to mention which you took care of. One is the note which I thought would help people on that 1322, and I'm
sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was looking at Devdar, and I wanted to mention that to you, and then you have taken care of it too.
You got the book, right?
Yeah, I got the book. It is available in our ashram bookstore.
Okay, so it's available in Asha Vidya apparently.
Yeah.
So if anybody wants to get it.
2 things which I wanted to mention, you took care of it. One is the annotation there for 1322.
Okay.
Because when I went through the first time, I didn't understand why that sutra was brought in the picture.
Right. And then anyway, you mentioned a 3rd thing. So anybody wants to buy that book, it's in Asha Vidya Gurukulam, and there are some nice notes at the back. So basically what we do in the class, also you have some extra notes, and he was also a great scholar, so you can get some help. So okay. Okay, so let's see what Malinath has to say. So that's the main purpose of this class, is to follow Malinatha, follow the commentary, how to read commentaries, because commentaries make to us accessible difficult texts. So difficult texts like even Bhagavata Puranam, even the Veda Samhita, we can access them through the commentaries. And I mentioned to you many times, anything which is worth reading, pataniyam asti chet, tika bhashyam bhavedeva, you will have some tika or bhashyam on that. If it has no tika or bhashyam on that, in the beginning, avoid those places. Get some practice with how the tikakara thinks, how the bhashyakara thinks. You want to think like him. Of course, you don't have to accept everything that they say, but in the beginning, accept it, what they're saying, because their level of knowledge is much higher than ours. So they spend their lifetime, going through this. These tikas, the fact that they have lasted for these hundreds of years, means that many a great scholar have come and looked at them and accepted them. That's why they're available today. Otherwise, after 200 or 300 years, you're not going to find that book anymore. So anyway, so let's follow. So it's not only Raghuvamsha Kavyam we are doing, but giving you how to read the Bhashya. It's a particular style to it. Once you know that style, you can use the same thing for other texts also, anything you want to read. Okay, so first thing he has done is put this Sambodha Sambuddhi Padam. Just put it first, Puram. So He Tata. And I hope all of you using the Apti dictionary also. Just go there for a second. Let's do that and say the word Tata. He Tata. Comes in Gita. Comes in Gita also. Tata. Let's try. Okay. He Tata. A lot of results coming. Okay, I guess I should have used the other one. Oh, I'm sorry. Tataha. Tata. A father could mean a father, but it's not father in this case. It is a term of affection, endearment of pity applied to any person, but usually to inferiors or junior people. So, oh dear, kind of oh dear, it's oh dear. Like as you said, applied to an inferior person, not somebody senior to you. So, anybody in Gita? Tata? Comes in Gita. Now, who would address whom as Tata in Gita? It must be a Sambodhanam for Arjuna, right? Because it is not going to be the other way around. So you can no need to sweat. You can just search for it quickly, and let's see Tata. lot of hits. Okay. Let's see Tata. Oh.
Satish ji,
Yes, sir.
you can add a space before the first takara.
Let me add a space. Here it is. I found it. Thank you, Ravi. Ravi is the master of this Anveshana Yantram. He is designer of this. Ravi and Kalpesh, they have done this thing. So yeah, I have to learn a few tricks, but Tata I found it. Put a space. Also, if you want to go to a shloka number, also you can go quickly. So the very, very, very famous shloka this is. Prasiddhayam shlokaha. So Partha naivehana mutra vinashastasya vidyate. Nahi kalyana krit kashti. Here one more one for us. Kalyana krit. We had like Deha Bhrit we had before. Kalyana krit. Nahi kalyana krit. So kalyanam karoti iti kalyana krit. The one who does good things. Nahi kalyana krit kashchit durgatin tata gacchati. So he tata. He tata. So this is one place tata in Gita. So no surprise. If Gita parichaya asti chet. Tara klesha nasti. So Jnatam asmabhi purvameva, known to us before. I see only one place in Gita. Interesting. Only one place in Gita. Ravi, only one place in Gita. Tata. So, okay. I thought there might be more. Anyways, in Gita, at least in one place, it is 640. It is there. Tata. Hey Tata. Oh dear one. So, okay. So let us move on. Now, Tena Dhanusha. So he's putting the pronoun before the noun. Tena Dhanusha. Very good habit. Always put the pronouns and the adjectives before the noun. I mentioned to you last class, mentioned to you one more time. Even if you don't know anything, read the shloka loudly, read the padacheda and padanvayaha as done by Mallinatha. At least that much you can get immediately. And then you can also read some small commentary. Even if you do that much for a while, that's a lot. Because you know how to do padacheda, Padanvaya, very important, you know how to do that. So Tena Dhanusha, so by that bow, no commentary. These are all simple terms. Tena Dhanusha, by that bow, Bahavaha, again adjective. Adjective goes before the noun. These are kind of two nouns, two adjectives here. Bahavaha, sometimes what is an adjective, what is a noun can be a difficult thing to answer. Word like Sugrivaha, Angadaha, Vali, even Ramaha, they can be adjectives. Ravana also can be adjective. All these are adjectives. Lakshmana also is an adjective, as a matter of fact. So these are all adjectives. But then it has, if it is that person's name, it becomes like a noun. I mentioned you sometimes in the Puranas you have this thing, So they'll give you Tasya Nareshwarasya Navaputraha Asan. He had 9 sons. Then he'll give you 10 names, Dashanamani. Now you are wondering where is the 10th person coming from, But then one of those 10 is the adjective for one of those sons. Of course, they all look like adjectives to you. So you have to know the Puranam for that. You have to know the history. And now in these places, the commentator will give you, it is like Subahuhu iti, etasya visheshanam. This is visheshanam for that. So anyway, but here because there could have been a person called Dhanurvrat, unlikely but possible, it's possible. But here it's adjective to Nareshwaraha. So actually that also can be an adjective. What is an adjective? What is an adjective? What do you think what is an adjective? Visheshanam. How do you define that? So,
it's the quality. It's a quality of some person or something.
How can I test the adjective or not? if the term can go
Oh, it can go in all three genders.
in the same meaning.
In the same
The
meaning.
same
Okay.
meaning. Some of the words have different meanings, but if it can go in all three genders in the same meaning and qualify somebody else, that's an adjective. Other words are not. So, other words are not. And many things can go in the, like a word like Krishna. Krishna, one who has a dark complexion. So that is an
So we
adjective.
have, we have Krishna. Yeah.
So you can have word Krishna also.
Right.
It can go also Krishnam, also you can have neuter.
Mm.
It's a Chintaniyam, but if that's the name of that person, that becomes a noun then. So here, technically, these are all adjectives. So maybe these are more adjectival than this one. So then Nareshwaraha, we can make it like a noun for this context. Dhanurbrataha, Bhava Dhanurbrataha. So many lords of kings who were archers, means they're wielding bows. Bahu is many, Bahavaha, declined like Guru, Guravaha. Rehepitaha, we stopped here last time, and we were trying to get how to form the word Rehepitaha. And we have Riyam Prapitaha. Riyam Prapitaha means the word Prapita means who were made to obtain. Made to obtain shame. Means who were like put to shame in English. So, put to shame. Now, the Parya Shabda which Parinatha has given will have the same kind of pratyaya as in Rehepitaha. This Prapita, is one confusing thing here now, is that this Rehepitaha is a Puk Agama here. In Prapitaha, it is Dhatu Ap. So it is very confusing. It's confusing now because this looks like, Rehepita, Prapita, it sounds like it's similar. But this is a Puk Agama in Rehepitaha. In Prapitaha, it's a Dhatu Ap. Prapitaha. But there's a common thing here, which is a niche pratyaya. As he has told us kindly, Jihratehe, Jihratehe. What is Jihratehe? These dhatus can be referred to either as the dhatu itself, means like, if you have a dhatu, let's say dhatu krin, the krin karne, you can say krinyaha, shashti or panchami of dhatu krin. Or you can say karotehe. You can say karotehe. Now, karotehe does not mean the pratham purusha ekavachanam lat lakara. It just means dhatu kru. So Ravi, where is the Kvartikam for this in Ashtadhyaya?
Is it Ikshtipav Dhatu Nirdeshe?
Very good. Where would you find that?
I have no idea, Satish.
Can we search for this?
Not in the Ashtadhyaya, I think, Satish.
Yeah, we cannot search for Vartika. Unfortunately, Vartikam, maybe we can have a Vartika Patha somewhere. Ikshtipav Dhatu Nirdeshe. But if you have any of these books like Siddhanta Kaumudi or Kashika, maybe you can. There is also a Sutra Suchi, a Vartika Suchi at the back. So Ikshtipav Dhatu Nirdeshe. If you look at I'm looking at the Vartika Suchi. I know this is in third Adhyaya. And you know what? Let me try something. Let me try. If I didn't have this book, I think Sutra has the word Bahulam in that. I remember the Sutra having. I don't know the exact Sutra number now, but I do know the word Bahulam. But of course, Bahulam can be studied in many places. But the one that I'm looking for is coming in the third chapter. Okay, so let me try to get this. I think it's 3.3. Okay, here it is. I found it. It's 33108. Rogakshayam nul bahulam. See, I didn't know this sutra. I didn't know this. Couldn't. Yes, thank you, Srini. Ikshtipo dhatu nirdeshe. Correct. That's the Vartikam, Srini, on this sutram. Rogakshayam nul bahulam. Now, I did not know this sutram exactly. I knew that sutram had a word bahulam. I knew it was in 3.3. And we cannot search for the Vartikam. Maybe we'll add that someday, Vartika Patha. That's on our to-do list, Ravi, now to add. We ask for more and more things all the time. But
yes,
someday we'll have the Vartika Patha somewhere, and we can add. Of course, one thing about Vartikams is that there are a lot of Patha Vedas. So some Vartikams are in technically they're all supposed to come from the Mahabhashyam, but Kashika has some special Vartikams. Kaumudi has in different wordings. So, I mean, many of them are same wording, but bahutra, bahushu sthaleshu patha veda drishyate. So, if you're looking for, the same Vartikam, and you may not find it. So if you have, in fact, that makes it even more imperative to have a search tool for that. So if you can, because slides part of it, will become difficult to find it sometimes. Let's go to Sutram 33108. What we're trying to do right now is just so everybody knows what we're trying to do. Is Mulinatha says Jihrate. What does that mean? It only means Ri Dhatoho. Ri Dhatoho. So I'm following the Dhatu. Dhatu Ri. In fact, we can also do that before we go there. You can, let me see if I can do something here. Okay. We can just look at the Dhatu Ri. Rishchate Lakshmi Ishtavatnyo comes in the Purush Suktam, right? So, Ri and Lakshmi are his wives. Okay. Rishchate Lakshmi. Okay, Ri. Ri reproach.
That is number 25.
Number 25. Repita. Here it is. Our Raghuvamsham is coming here. Repitaha. Like, here it is. It means shame, lajja, it means to blush. Dhatu is here, I think. Here it is jihrate. Jihre means. Interesting thing now says, what is Mulinatha given to us? Let's go back there. Say jihrate hai. Is there a typo here, I think? What do you think, Ravi? Is there a typo here?
No, Satish, it is Jihrate. Oh.
Dhatu is Ri.
So it should be Jihrete.
So because look at what Apte was saying. I have another book over here. Re Pitaha. No, Jihrate. Is there a typo here or not?
So Jihreti is the Lat Prathama Purusha Ekavachanam, Satish.
So Jihrati?
Jihreti.
Jihreti. So then what happened to the Ekara then? So, okay, what Gana is the Dhatu in?
This is in Jihotyadi Gana, Satish.
Jihotyadi Gana, because you can see the Abhyasa coming there. Okay? Now, even the other book which I have is giving the anybody has any other Raghuvamsha book there? What is it giving? Jihratehe or Jihretehe? So, what is it giving? Anybody has a Raghuvamsha book? Okay, you can check. I think, yeah, Jihratehe Srini is I think Panchami here. So, let me unmute Srini. Srini, your book there, Srini. What is your book giving? Jihratehe?
Yeah, it gives, mine is Chaukamba, it gives Jihrate.
But then if the Dhatu is Ri, so because the Pratyaya is tip over here, then how come is this one, what is happening here? Okay, you know what, let's go to our reliable source, which is our Dhatu Vritti, okay? That will settle this one, because the Dhatu is Ri. What happened to the Ikara over there? Because the Ikara will not just drop and become Akara like that. So, because if you look at Apteji here, he says Jihreti. He's given the Lat Lakara, Pratham Purusha Eko, Jihreti. Jihremi. By the way, anybody who chants the Shiva Mahimna Stotram, if you chant that one, you get the word Jihremi. So, if looking at that word Jihremi, which I know from the Shiva Mahimna Stotram, comes at the very beginning, in the first 2-3 shlokas, I think. So, I think Jihreti, does it mean that all these books are wrong? Could be anything else going on? Because let me confirm that. Anyway, I'm pretty sure it has to be Jihremi or Jihreti rather in this case. Jihreti. So, the Dhatu is Ri Lajjayam. It's on page 489 of this Dhatu Vritti book that we are following by the Ramlal Kapoor Trust. 489 Dhatu Vritti book. It's a must-have book for all of us. So Dhatu Vritti is by Sayanacharya, and he is the Veda Bhashyakaraha. So Jihreti. So this clearly is jihreti. And now the thing is that we have the abhyasa karyam, everything is there. So maybe a typo in all books. Jihrate hai. Jihre. I think this probably looks like a typo to me. I don't know how it can become jihrati. Because pratipadikam is jihrati. Interesting thing is that this jihreti is now a declined like a subanta padam. Declined like a subanta padam because it is the panchami. It's the panchami or shashti ekavacham it can be. Probably a panchami because following this dhatu. Jihretehe dhatoho niyantat. Following that, because look at the niyantat. Niyantat is a panchami ekavachanam. So this is going to be qualifying jihretehe dhatoho karmani taha. Now only thing I'm little bit confused is why all these books have a typo. I don't know. Chintaniyamidam. But normally at least one book will have a correct form. But they're all giving jihrate. Unless you're missing something here, I don't see how the he can become her like that. At the most, it can take guda and become something like that. It will not just, the ikara will not just become akaraha like that. Anyway, keep it as a note. I think it should be jihrate. This book that I have is quite reliable. Doesn't have many typos. Not this one. Another one that I have. Jihrate. Okay. I don't know. Could be a typo in all the books. Okay. It also tells you, the ultimate thing you have to know some Vyakaranam on your own to find out the typos, Because of course you want to start with good books. But ultimately, even the best of books, even this dhatu vritti, all of them, it's natural, It's the manushya sabhava. It will have a typo. Kochit dosha bhave deva. As they say, pramadha jayate dhimatam api. Even scholars sometimes they make small mistakes. So that's not Malinatha. This is not Malinatha's error. This is from the editors. All the editors have taken from somewhere, I think. Unless we are missing something, it should be jihret. Okay. Anyway, jihret. Let's go back to what Ravi said. Is that this Sutram 33108 has a Vartikam on that, which tells us how Panini refers to dhatus. So when he says jihreti, he only means the dhatu. He is nothing signified by that the Prathama Purusha Ekvachanam. It doesn't mean the dhatu only in that form, anything like that. It just means that the dhatu he. That's all it says. Let me search for this one. The 33108, and the reason the way I found this sutram because I knew the form bahulam is there. So let's look at the vartikam there. Okay, ikshtipo dhatu nirdeshe. So here we'll have it. This has some very nice vartikams on it. This first is that the varnat karaha. We say kakaraha, ikaraha, akaraha, ukaraha. This is the vartikam, varnat karaha. And then is also the repha, rad ipaha. Rad ipaha says that you become repha and all that. But now before that, ik stipau dhatu nirdeshe, ik stipau. So dhatu, this pratyaya is stip, ik stipau. So Panini can use the pratyaya ik, or can pratyaya stip, the talavya shakara stip he can use for dhatu nirdeshe, to refer to a dhatu. So if you look at this pratyaya quickly, this dhatu ik stipau dhatu nirdeshe. So now Ravi, can you tell us how we decline this form? Because how can we decline tingantam padam?
Satishji, when we add stip,
Yes.
we get a tip finally.
But this tip is not a ting pratyaya, is it? Because ting is only tipta ji, etc. This pratyaya is tip. It is not in the ting in pratyahara. So therefore kudating will hold over here. So the dhatu, this pratyaya stip will be a krut pratyaya. Because only krud ating, only think pratyaya, which is tiptaji. This pratyaya is stip. So that's why this creates a pratipadik. Interesting, this creates a pratipadikam now for us to decline. But as opposed to the tip pratyaya if you bought, it will become jihreti tingantam padam. That cannot take the su out just because niya pratipadikat. So this mimics that pratyaya, it mimics that one. But this is a krut pratyaya. This ik and stip the krut pratyaya. Tasmat pratipadika sanya jayate. Tasmat subhadayah sambhavanti. The sub etc. So this is a bit confusing because as I told you, if you look at what Malinatha is saying, he's saying jihretehe with the typo, jihretehe. This is declined like harehe. So how are we declining it, looking like a tinganta form? Because it's not tinganta form. Because this which we just saw over here, I'm sorry now, is this pratyaya ik and stip. They're coming in the third chapter, and kruda thing adhikara, we are in that adhikara, and even though this looks like tip, this pratyaya is tip, this is not a thing pratyaya, we can say kruda thing, krut sanya, and then we can use the krut tadutta samasascha pratipadika sanya, and then take it from there, aniya pratipadikat. Anyway, so now, of course, when the stip is added, it also has the talavya, so you want to finish this one for Ravi quickly, since you did this prakriya before. So let's do this dhatu hi with the, I know we're spending a lot of time on details, but we need to know these details. That's why we have the class, we can go a little bit faster and skip the details, but these are fundamental things, If you know them, then later on we won't be stumbled by this all the time. So I'm going to put the pratyaya now as a stip by this vartikam on 33108 vartikam, okay? And see 108 vartikam, ikstipo dhatu nirdeshe. Okay, so what's the next step, Ravi?
We should do shlau, Satishji.
Pratyaya shlu first, then
sorry,
shlu.
shlu.
So now where the pratyaya shlu?
Yeah, juhotyadibhya shluhu.
So always practice. So again, we can use a wonderful search engine. Thanks again to Rupesh and Ravi. So we can just use a pratyaya shlu, and let's see, juhotyadibhya shlu should be coming next. Juhotyadibhya shlu. Actually, even before that, what do we need to use, Ravi? So,
we have to use kartari shap, Satish.
Very good. Kartari shap first. Kartari shap sarvadhatuke. Now remember, shap can only be used kartari, can only be used sarvadhatuke. Ting shit sarvadhatukam. So this pratyaya has a talavya shadit. Ting shit sarvadhatukam. As a general rule, kartari krit. So this has all those properties. It has a talavya shad in it. Ting shit sarvadhatukam. Kartari krit 3467. It's kartari artha as a default. Just the default all krut pratyayas. And therefore we can use 3168 kartari shap. Kartari shap. So let's take it that step. Kartari shap. Okay. And we would bring the pratyaya stip is still there. Okay. So we use kartari shap. And then what Ravi said, which was the shlu. Shlu is only a special elision. Special kind of lopa is shlu. Pratyasya luk shlu lupaha. Pratyasya luk shlu lupaha. Pratyasya luk shlu lupaha. Means that when a shlu is done, the entire pratyaya goes away. No question of the halan, the alontyasya and all those things. Just pratyasya luk shlu lupaha. So the entire pratyaya is going to go. So the entire shab pratyaya is going to go. So it's going to be, that's the sutram which we just saw. That one is the juhotyadibhya shluho. Juhotyadibhya. So the juhotyadi again in the sutram itself, Panini is using that ikstipo dhatu nirdeshe, because the dhatu hu is referred to by Panini as juhoti, juhotyadi. So here itself he has put the juhoti in a compound. Same thing. Tingantam na samasyate. You cannot compound a tingantam padam. But this is not a tingantam padam, juhoti. It looks like when it is not. Because the same logic is that the pratyaya is stip. It is a krut pratyaya. So juhoti can go in a compound. So juhotyadibhya itself, Panini has used that this vartikam ikstipo dhatu nirdeshe. So see, all these vartikams and all, they come from sutra patha only. It is, as they say, sarvam sutra patishtitam. Everything comes from the sutra patha. They see how Panini does these things, and then they means the bhashyakaraha, mainly bhashyakaraha. and the Vartayakaraha. The scholars, they go and figure out what does Panini mean, how does he use these things. So then there must be that. This is what he's trying to say, that implying that. So all of these, come from the Sutra Patha only. So Panini has used Jyotyadibhya. Then they must be thinking that how did he compound this? And then he's thinking, how do we get the shlu, the abhyasa karyam? That means that Panini must be using this pratyaya stip over here to give the dhatu nirdesh here. Then they work backwards and get all these things. Okay, let's continue with what Ravi was saying. So 2475, we do the Jyotyadibhya shluho. So pratyas luk shlu lupaha. So we get the shabd goes away, and we just have this one left now. So 2475, 2475. Okay, then next thing, as Ravi said, Sutram Shlau. So why did Panini do this Shlu type of elision? Because that triggers this Sutram says Shlau. Shlau. Again, let's use a beautiful Ashtadhyayi search engine, and let's use Shlau. So Shlau, okay, I'm sorry, okay, let me start from the beginning. Shlau. Okay, Shlau. Okay, this 6.1.10. As I mentioned to you, these are 4 sutras in the Ashtadhyayi, which tell you when to do abhyasa. The kutra abhyasaha vidhiyate, abhyasa karyam vidhiyate. It starts from this ekacho dve prathamaschi. The adhikara starts from here. And mainly these 4 sutras, this liti dhatoho anabhyasasya, sanyangoho, shlau and changi. These 4 sutras. Remember these 4. If you remember any one of these, you can search and you can come. I mean, you can maybe remember the sutra shlau. It's an easy one to remember. We liti also used many. We have used sutra many times. 618 we have used many times. The bahuvaram prayuktam asmabhi. Liti dhatu anabhyasasya. And then comes in the dhatu, the lit pratyaya follows. Then anabhyasasya, ekavaram eva abhyasaha kriyate. Only one time you can do abhyasa, not repeating all the time. So the dhatu will take abhyasa, pratyaya lit follows, sanyangoho. In the desiderative form sang, sananta dhatu, if you have pratyaya san or yang, frequentative form like chikirshami, chikirshati, chikirshuho, all the san pratyayaha. And yang yo, like leliyase comes in Gita, leliyase yang pratyayaha. And the chikirshati comes in Gita, that is sang pratyayaha. So all these places of abhyasa. Then the sutram shlau, which you're doing right now. The shlu, which is the gana vikaranam for the third gana, juhotyadi gana. When that shlu is done, immediately think of shlau, do the abhyasa karya. When this changi is not in the Gita. This is the only one which is not in the Gita, because this is a special kind of lung form, lung lakara form, particularly when you have a nijanta dhatu. Like I think Ravi was saying achu churat. Right? Ravi, know that achu churat, Ravi?
Yes, that's
the form changi. If this chang is a lung in lung lakara, sometimes the chang pratyaya comes. When that comes, this will be the lesson. This is the last lesson in this book, by the way. In the Antoine book, I should say. In the Antoine book, the last lesson, number 27, we will have this chang. Anyway, so this is not in the Gita, but these 3 are in Gita, many places. Of course, the very first, Dhritarashtra Vacha, right? Very first line of Gita, you have this sutra. Niti dhatu anabhyasasya. So shanyangoho shlau. So shlau we do the abhyasa karyam. Now let me bring Vasu. I think Vasu is a master of abhyasa. Abhyasa karyam. All right, Vasu, bring out your abhyasa hat and let's do this one now. So
I survive with your help, Satish.
Okay, with our help. Sarvesham sahayena. No, chintana karya. So, okay. Okay. So, let me get you started, Vasu. Re plus the, and this I'm going to put the number here as we already saw that, 6.1.10, which is the Sutram Shlau. So, now, okay, what do you want to do now, Vasu? Can you do something for us? Let me give you let's see, we have a long vowel. What can you do with that? We have a long vowel in Re. Can you do something with that?
That doesn't get included, right? Only the hull gets there.
What happens is, Vasu, is that the abhyasa is, ekacho dve prathamasya. You take the prathama ekacha bhagaha. So you take there's only one ach over here, so there's no question of having 2 ach. And then the hulls on either side go with it. So what's taking abhyasa is the ikara only. But you take all the hulls on either side until you get to the end of the word or to the next vowel if there is a next vowel. So that's the rule. Again, one more time. Only the ach, ekacho de pratama, it's called 611, we just saw that. Ekacho de pratamasya. Take the pratama ekacha bhagaha. So you say ekacha bhagaha means you should have only one ach in that. And that means they take the ekacha bhaga, pratamaha but. Ekacha de pratamasya, and it says next sutram is also an apavada for that. Ajadehe dvitiyasya. Ajadehe dvitiyasya. But that's only if you have ajadi dhatu. Aneka is very rare. Ajadi dhatu anekach. Only then dvitiyasya. Dvitiyasya ekacha bhara. So that is dvitiyasya. But for 99% for us, 99%, you're going to have only this one. Ekacho dve pratamasya. In fact, nowhere in the Gita is this one used. This one is not in Gita anywhere. Of course, Gita doesn't mean everything, but it's a good first stop, And this is used in Gita in many places, many places. Ekacha dve pratamasya. So what you're doing abhyasa here is abhyasa only of the ikaraha. But you have to take all the hulls on either side till you get to the end of the word, or you get hit by the next ach. There's only one ach over here. So you're not going to hit by the next ach. There's no other ach in this form. You take the e and start going on both sides. There's nothing falling, so there's nothing there. So parataha kinchidapi nasti parataha. Nothing is falling. So purvataha tu hakara asti refa api asti. So dvayoh granam bhavet. You take both of them. So the abhyasa will be ha, ra, e. Ha, ra, e will go in abhyasa. So you can in fact in the Mahabhashyam, the Patanjali gives a good way of course this is a little bit male chauvinistic, so I don't know for today's day and time may not be appropriate. Anyway, it's in the Mahabhashyam. So he says, these vowels are like the Purushaha, So they are the Nataha, they are the actors on the stage who are the male actors. The male actors, this is on the Mahabhashyam. The male actors are the ach, and the female actors are the hulls. If you ask any female actor, who do you belong to? She is going to say, I'm going to belong to this ach on both sides. I'm going to belong to this ach. I also belong to that ach over there also. So when you take the male actor with you, you can take all the female actors on either side, because she can go with this side or that side. So she can say, I belong to him, I belong to. So the nearest ach on either side, she will say, I belong to this ach, I belong to that ach also I belong to. So so because if there was a second ach over here following, then, the hull belongs to which ach now? Left-hand side ach, purve sthitaha, or uttare sthitaha. It can be either one. So when either of those ach goes, you can take that hull with the ach from this side or the ach from that side. The bottom line is that when you take an ach, you have to start going on both sides and go to the end of the word, end of the term, shouldn't say word, end of the term, or if you hit the next ach, you have to stop. You cannot take that ach with you. He's the next male actor now. You cannot take the male actor with you now. You have to take only the female actors in between. That's all you can take. Okay, so let's, Ravi, Vasu, so we got the re plus stip. Now, so what can you do with the long vowel?
Can we split this as hakara, rakara, ikara, and then?
Okay, I split it for you. So you can make it ha. Make it ha, ra, e. This is the abhyasa bhaga. Purva abhyasa. Sutram purva abhyasa. So this, when you do the dvitvam, the purva bhaga is called abhyasa. This is the abhyasa bhaga. Ha, ra, e. Ha, ra, e. Kudu ashtadhyaya for a second. I think right here we say purva abhyasa is 614 right here. Purva abhyasa. Even if you don't, you can search for it. Purva abhyasa. And ubhay abhyastam. This abhyastam is also a sanya, which is for both of them put together. Is abhyastam. Ubhay abhyastam. And we spend a lot of time today, but I think it's worth it because we need to know these fundamental things, So these fundamental things. So ubhay abhyastam. So this entire thing will be abhyastam. Ubhay abhyastam. While this one, this which is yellow highlight, that is the abhyasa bhaga. And all these rules which Vasu is going to tell us now are all going to be for the Abhyasa Bhaga. Because now Vasu is going to take us to the 7-4-58 onwards, which is Anga Karyam, 7-4-58. And there, why 58? Because the Anuvritti goes Abhyasasya. Atra lopo Abhyasasya. Abhyasasya iti anuvartate apada samaptehe. The Abhyasa Anuvritti goes to the end of this pada. So this is what we're looking at. Okay, now Vasu, you have it in front of you, Vasu. What can I do with the long vowel right here, Vasu? What can you do?
The Hraswa stays.
Hrasvaha. Hrasvaha.
Hrasvaha.
So Hrasva and Dirgha only for Ach because, Hals don't have in Hrasva Dirgha Bheda. So when you say Hrasvaha, you can immediately Achaha. Iti upasthiyate. It is immediately Acha upasthiyate. So the Ach is going to come immediately. It's implied there. It is implied there. So,
the Ikara is.
Correct. So we got that one now. Okay, we got that one. So we get Ha, Ra. So when listening to this when, next time is going to be you when, okay? Next time, if you are there.
Okay, yes.
Making because in case you're awake, please make a note of these.
Okay.
It's going to be because we're going to graduate. What's the next level now? What's going to be get next level?
Oh yes. Okay. you have been trained since 6 years.
But we have to come.
Thank you.
Came after you, man, and now he's graduating higher than you.
Oh yeah. He's good.
Okay, I'm sorry, but okay. So we did the Haspa over here. And anything else, Vasu? How about 7-4-60? Can you do that?
Haladishesha means that only Adi Hal stays, right?
Yeah, you have to be careful here that a Hal can stay only if it is Adi. The Hal can stay. So Adir Hal Shishyate.
Only Hakara will stay and Rakara will be knocked out, right?
The first Hal will stay.
Yeah.
All will go. If you start with if it's Ajadi, then all Hals will go. So it's not that the first consonant stays. A consonant can only stay if it is the first member, which means all might go. If you have the Ajadi, all Hals are going to go. So, but of course we don't have Ajadi right now. We have Haladi. So yes, that is correct. So we can do the next sutram right here. So we already used we used the wrong number I put in the document. 7-4-59 is the Swaha, and then we can do the Haladi Sheshaha. So we do the Refasya Lopaha. So we now only have her and the E, and then we have remaining. Okay, last thing was two.
Would it go for?
Yes, Vasu, Ven has it. Come on, Ven, go for it.
Chuhoku.
Yes.
So that Ha becomes Ja.
Ja Varga. Let me put his number down here first. Kuhoshchuhu. The Ka Varga and the Ha Varga. I mean the Ha, not Ha Varga. The Hakara. They will take the Ja Varga Desha. Kuhoshchuhu. This right one here. Kuhoshchuhu. So we do have a Hakara over here. So which one should it become? Because just says Panini only said do Cha Varga Desha. Which one should it become?
Savarnyam, right?
So
take the dharma. What dharma does Hakara have? This is not Savarna. This only has to go and match the Kavarga somewhere. If there is one bridegroom, there are 5 brides now. Or make it the other way around maybe, whatever it might be. There's one bride.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
Yes, Swayamvara.
The Hakara is the bride. That is the Sita. There are a lot of kings coming now. There are 5 of them. Have the Ka, Ka, Ga, Ga, Nga. Who's the Rama in there? Who is the Rama in the Ka, Ka, Ga, Ga, Nga? Which one do you think?
It has to be Ga, which is the third.
No. Because the Hakara is Mahaprana.
Oh, the Ga, okay.
So she wants the Mahaprana now. She will not take the Hakara.
No, she won't take a wimp, okay.
Mudhuvarna. How about that? How about that? Sita is Mudhuvarna. She is very soft. So this Hakara Mudhuvarna also. So So you have only choices only between the g, and the ng. The ng has a nasal to it. We don't want that. He's a funny nose. We don't want him. He's out.
It should be.
The only two are left. One is the g and the gha. And the g has no prana in him. Leave him out. He's gone.
Yeah, that's it. Okay.
So then the Rama is the gha, the ka, ka, ga. So see, actually I'm going to give the wrong example. I'm completely wrong, guys. We're going to chavarga adesha, not the kavarga, because kuhos chuhu.
That's right. Ka and ha become chavarga.
And Orga takes the chavarga adesha. So we have actually cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. The same logic anyway. Is that we have to take mudhu varna only. So cha, 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 ja, ja, nya. Otherwise the nya has a funny nose, we leave him out.
Yeah.
And the ja has no prana, we leave him out, alpa prana. And the Rama is the ja. But the kuhoshchu, the ka varga and hakara take the cha varga adesha. So the adesha is the chu. So we have the wrong. So sorry about that. But I was carried away by the simile. I was getting carried away by that.
Yeah, right.
I forgot who was coming. Who was September? I forgot who was coming in there.
Yeah, right.
So we have G. Okay, one last step is left. So G, and then we have Z, and we have the stip. Okay, in this stip, what are its letters? We can do that one more super quickly. In the stip.
Ith letters are Shakara and the Pakara.
Pakara. By what sutras quickly?
Lashak with it.
Lashakvatadite 138 and then Halantyam, right?
Halantyam.
So let's move those because we're carrying them along for no reason. So we can. So Halantyam, Lashakvatadite. So those are gone. Okay. One last step. So this one we use Kuhoshchu. I think it's what number is 64? 62. I'm sorry. 7262. Let's put that one here. Okay, now final step is going to come in Tripadi section. Technically, we have to wait for that till we get everything ready, and then we go to Tripadi section. But we can do it ahead of time because we know nothing will intervene. Okay, we'll wait. It's okay. We'll wait for it. Let's do it right. We'll wait for it. What's the next karyam? Anybody? Vasu or when do you know?
Is it Jhalan Jash?
No, the Abhyasa Charcha. Abhyasa Charcha. But that's in Tripadi Karyam. I want to wait till we found the Padam first. Then only I'll do that. Because you should not go to Tripadi Karyam, should not be done unless you have the Padam ready. Okay. So you should not go to Tripadi unless Padam is ready. Padam is not ready. We only found this. Only Pratipadikam is only being formed right now. We're only doing the Pratipadikam because this G, Hiri, Tip is this particular is going to be a Krut Pratyaya. We discussed that. It's only Pratipadikam is being formed. So we cannot go to Tripadi until the Padam is formed. Let's wait for that. But what can we do in the meanwhile? One sutram. Let's see. Who else can give me a sutram now? Can I get? How about Shini? You want to do that one for us? Shini, next sutram here. You want to try? I want to do the Guna Adesha. I want to do the Guna Adesha for Ikaraha. What can we do? Guna Adesha for Ikaraha. What do you think was for anybody?
Jifreti, right?
Yes, I want to do Guna. Ikaraha. What can I do? Mike is not you? Okay, Hema has it. Very good. Yes, Hema. Yes, Hema. Okay, your mic is not working, Hema. I think you raised your hand, but your mic is not working. Maybe you can type it on the in the question on the chat. I can get your hand.
Sarvadhatuka ardhadhatukayoho.
Very good, very good. Sarvadhatuka ardhadhatukayoho. Which one do we have right now, Hema? Which one of those two do we have right now? Do we have Sarvadhatuka or do we have Ardhatuka? Which one do we have?
Tingshit Sarvadhatukam.
Correct. So this has the Talabya shares in it, didn't it? So this is the thing. This has Sarvadhatuka. Now one more thing to check is what, when you do that you check the sutram Sarvadhatukam Pit. So look at it. And this is a Pit, but this is a Pit Pratyaya. When you look at a Pratyaya Sarvadhatuka, always check the sutram Sarvadhatukam Apit. So always check that. Always check that. Which we are fine. So the pratyaya was stip that had the pers in it. So we are fine. If it did not have, then this would stop make it nitvat, stop the guna. But right now we are okay because, as Hema said, we can use sarvadhataka, ardhadhataka yoho, because the pratyay sing, shit, sarvadhatukam, it also has pakar as an hit, so we don't have to worry about 1, 2, 4. So all that put together, thank you, Hema, and we can use the do the guna. And finally we get, so by 7384, we get G. We still have the G over here. We're going to have G and then Re, T. Now this is going to be a pratipadikam. So let's put the number here because of the Krit, Satyata. And now what we do, after that, we decline this, and do the Panchami Ekavachanam. Panchami Ekavachanam from that. So we take this J, and for that, that's the next. First, you can help with that with us. Remember how do Hari becomes Hare Hai? Anybody Hari becomes besides Ravi? Anyone tell me how Hari becomes Hare Hai? So if I add the pratyaya to this, if I add the pratyaya nyasi to here, who can help me here, please? Somebody help me. I want to get to this form J, Re, Te, He, like Hare Hai. I want to do the guna, and I want to do a pura parayoho ekadeshaha. So who can help me here? Any chance, Vasu? No?
Nasi I'm sure.
That's the second step. Before that, okay, Ravi, go ahead. Ravi, you want to tell us, Ravi?
Something.
First we get Ghisagnya for Jihreti.
Yes, first the Ghisanya. Ghisanya means anything ending in Shesho Ghiya Sakhi. Shesho Ghiya Sakhi. Let's look at our Ashtadhyayi. Shesho Ghiya Sakhi. So Shesha means that we doesn't get Ghisanya. So if it is the Rasva Ikaranta or Ukaranta, Shesho. Let's see next sutram. Shesho Ghiya Sakhi. So in Prar we had the Rasvaha, so and which is not Nadi Sanya. If a Rasva, Ikaranta, Ukaranta, if you have, so the anuvritti of the E, U is coming down and Rasva is coming down. Sheshami doesn't have the, which is not Strilinga. If it's Strilingam, it doesn't have the Nadi Sanya. In that case, so this is not like that. So we have the Ghisanya. Next sutram, Ravi.
Gher Niti.
Gher Niti. Ravi sends examples every day. So that means he's going to be now very. It helps a lot, right, Ravi?
Yes, Satish. It helps me more than anyone else.
It does. It really does, because Gher Niti. So Ravi is sending examples. I hope you're all on the list and you all getting the examples which Ravi and Kartik are sending, and Kalpesh also. So when you do that, it sticks in your head, because you have to repeat the sutras many times. The only way to learn is to teach somebody else. There's no other way. Nanya pantha vidyate jnanaya. So you have to teach somebody else. Even if you know one sutram, akasana dirgha, you can teach somebody, or at least repeat yourself, and you're teaching yourself maybe. But if you can teach somebody, and we have plenty of opportunities. If anybody wants to put examples, you can post on the Saturday mailing list. I think all of you on Saturday list, you have this chance now to teach others. Take simple examples also. Akasana dirgha you can take whatever, you can take, ato bisa. Just take Vasu, you can do that. Vain, you can do that. All of you can do that. Nagaraji, you can do that. Just take simple examples, because there you have to be careful. We'll edit them, make sure they're correct, and post them. Now you're teaching somebody else. They're going to ask you questions back. You have to maybe answer them, or try to answer them. So it's a good opportunity now, because we have the web and this email thing going on. So we can now all post examples and all learn, all learn together. So don't worry about making mistakes, because they're all moderated, So all those posts are moderated. So now we can teach even without having students as such close to you. So Gher Niti. That's how Ravi knows the sutras very fast now, because he already posted examples many times. So he knows these very fast. So that's the advantage that he has. So 147 and Gher Niti 73111. So 147 73111, which is Shesho Ghiya Sakhi, and we can do the Gher Niti. It takes the anuvritti of guna comes there. So I can make G, and this is Re, and Te becomes Te. Then here, okay, Vasu or Vem. It letters, please. It letters in Nyasi.
Upadesha Anunasika.
Upadesha Arjuna Nasika It. And then?
Lashaka Sadite.
That's it. So us.
That leaves us.
Anubandha lope us. Anubandha lope us. Anubandhas are gone and only us is left behind. 73111 is the sutram we are using here. Niti 3111. Okay, now comes Nyasin. So this one, I think we don't have to put the numbers here. We know the numbers. Nyasin Asoscha is that if you have the ing followed by the akara of Nyasi or Nyas, then Pura Parayoho Ekadeshaha is the Pura Rupam. Ami Purva, I think, is what number is Ami Purva, Ravi?
61 something, sir.
107. And below that, I think the ing of Pradhanadati is 61109. Next from 61110 should be Nyasina Soscha. Should be 6. We don't have to memorize. You can go and check here quickly.
Yeah, that is right. 6111.
1110. How do we know so far? Because from 84, start the adhikara of Eka Pura Parayoho. We start the Eka Pura Adhikara. Even before that, Samhitayam starts from 72. Samhitayam. Then comes Eka Pura Parayoho. Then comes the, within that is coming the Ami Purvaha, which is the Pura Rupam Ekadeshaha. And then below that, because this whole thing ends around this 111 thing. So these last few are left over here now. So it must be down here. This is how you learn the Ashtadhyayi, because you know this is Ami Purvaha is 107. And then this is ending at this, I think this is the last one here, 111. So then, you have, this has to be 1, 2, 3. So that's all. And all these three we have studied now in class. Sampasaranacha, Inga Pradhanadati, Nasina Soscha. So we are using that 61110 to do the Ekadeshaha. And so between this Ekaraha and this Akara of us, we get the Ekadesha, the Pura Rupam. Purva Rupam is this Ekara only we stay, become Ji, Re, Tes, and then we can do the Abhyase Charcha which we left behind, because now the Padam Supting Antam Padam. So we have done that Karyam now. So of course we are going to get the Sasajusho Ruho, Karavasanayor Visarjaniyaha, and we're going to do all that. So 61110, then the usual Rutta Visargaha, which you won't put the Sutta numbers because it's not easy for all of us. Sasajusho Ruho, and the Karavasana Visarjaniyaha, we won't repeat anymore. And then we can now use Abhyase Charcha. What number is that, Ravi? Abhyase Charcha.
I don't know, Satish.
It'll come right under Jalam Jashi after the next sutra. So it will be 8454. Just before Kharicha, Ravi. So,
that's 8455.
Correct. So before that. Prior one.
Okay.
So before that. So next time you can remember this one. So 8454. Abhyase Charcha. Charcha means not only the Jash but the Char. In the Abhyasa Bhagaha, the Jal letters, which is a non-nasal, non-semavowel consonants, they go to either Jash or Char, which means that they gravitate to column 3 or column 1 in the Varna. So now we have the Jakara, which is number, he was Rama, he won the contest. Or don't forget Rama, the Jakara. So he's going to go to the Jakara now. Jakara. So that's what happens. So Abhyase Charcha, which is final step, and we get the G, Alpa Prana G, and G, Re, Te, He. Okay, we spent a lot of time, but I hope it was educational for all of you. 8454. Again, I think this is a typo in all the books, as far as I can tell, but unless I'm missing something, I don't know. But because some of these are very good books, I don't know why it's coming like that, but Ji, Re, Te, He should be there. Let's finish the shloka now. Let's go back and see what we left behind. The one thing we saw from last time was this one. Now, the main thing we are still to get to that. Jihre te he dhato ho, again Panchami, niyantat karmaniktaha. Niyantat. So he wants us to do the nich pratyaha, hetumaticha, make it a causative form. So first thing we have to do is take the dhatu hi and add the nich pratyaha. So nich pratyaha, when we have to do that, so let's take the dhatu hi and add the pratyaya nich. Okay, and that he's helping us out. Yes, maybe the question. I think. Okay.
Yes, Satish ji.
Yes, sir. So,
if you take the Hru Dhatu, then we get the Jahara, right? That's what we did before.
That becomes different. Yeah, that becomes Jahara.
Yeah. Okay.
That is the Dhatu Ru. But this is Dhatu Ri. This is less common Dhatu than Ru.
Yeah.
I know, but that's Jahara is lit Prayoga, so you'll be careful. If you use the same Pratyaya stip with the Dhatu Ru, what will you get, Vastu? Right now we're doing Pratyaya stip. We're not doing lit Sakara right now. We're doing, this is not lit. We are doing the Pratyaya stip is being used for Dhatu Nirdeshe.
Yeah.
If you use the same stip with Dhatu Ru, what will you get? Follow the same steps. What will you get? There will be no Abhyasaha. No Abhyasaha. So there's not Jyotyadi Gana. Only get Kartari Shap. Right? And you'll get the form Harati. Become Haratehe. Harati and then Haratehe, Pancheka Vachanam. There will be no Jahara. Correct? Because the Pratyaya stip, when you add, you will only get the form Harati. Harati. Thus Harati Prajna. So comes in Gita, right? Harati. So don't confuse yourself. The Pratyaya stip will only get the form Harati. It will be in Haratehe. It will be in Haratehe. Look at it, Haratehe. So the Jahara is a lit form of Ru, which is not nothing to do with what we're doing now. So Tadasya Harati Prajnam comes in Gita. Tadasya Harati Prajnam. Here it is, chapter 2, Harati. So Harati. Anyway, it will become Haratehe if we had that. Okay, let's continue. So we have this three Pratyaya niche. Okay. Now what is Mulayasa telling us? Why is he telling us that? What he's telling us is that the special rule is coming into play. And the rule is that Arti Ri Vli Ityadina Puk Agamaha. Before that, telling us Karmanik Taha. Now because this Kta Pratyaya is a Taktavatu Nishtha Sutram is there, and which is Taktavatu Nishtha, the definition is a Sanya Sutram, Taktavatu Nishtha. So if you can search for that till chapter 1, Taktavatu Nishtha. Taktavatu Nishtha. Let's search for that with chapter 1. Might be right here. Taktavatu Nishtha. Here it is. This is Taktavatu Nishtha. And then Panini says Nishtha Sutram comes. Nishtha means that these Nishtha Pratyayas are used Bhutarthe. So they have been used in the past tense. So many kings have been put to shame. This Nishtha Sutram comes in 3.2, 102 Nishtha. Now, Nishtha includes the Kta and Tavatu. As by the default, Kartari Krit 3467, both should be Kartari. There's an Apavada for that. It says that these Kritya Pratyayas, all the potential participles, the Pratyaya Kta, which is what we have right now, and the Kalartha Pratyayas, Kalarthaha, in the sense of Kal. The Kal and similar Pratyayas for Kal. They are only Bhave and Karmani. Bhava Karmano Reva. This Pratyaya Kta is used Karmani. So why is the Mulayasa saying Karmani with always Karmani? Because this has Apavada. This Kta can become Kartari also under certain circumstances. It can become Kartari also. But so he's clarifying for us to make it easy for us. He's saying because, see these two sutta and 3.2 at the end, they are giving situations where the Kta becomes Kartari. So Mulayasa is saying that this is the usual Karmani Taha. So Karmi Taha. So this is qualifying the Nareshwaraha. So it is a passive form, Karmani Taha. So by the usual 3-4-70, Tayoreva Krityakta Kalarthaha. Tayoreva Krityakta Kalarthaha. So that is what is this number 70 is Karmani. Kta is used Karmani. So that's we got that one. And then he says that this Pukagama is coming by 7.336. 7.336. Let's go there for a second. And what does that say? So 7.336 is telling us, again, I love this search engine. It makes life a lot easy. It says, Arti Ri Vli Ri Knui Kshmai Yatam Puk. Now, so Atam, Ni Dhatu ending in long Akaraha, comes in Gita, Ratam Stapaya Mechuta. Ratam Stapaya comes in Gita. So this Sutram comes in Gita, Ratam Stapaya Mechuta. And then, but the Dhatu Ri, especially mentioned here, Arti Ri Vli. Also, one more thing you can do in the Ashtadhyayi, if you suspect the dhatu ri is somewhere, you can always, search for it. Dhatu ri is here. So puk now. So when the nishpatya follows, now is saptami of ni. Okay. Then and the shashti is this atam. So this is going to take the angam is going to take the puk agama adyantau takitau when the ni pratyaya follows. So by this sutram 7336, the puk agama, the Mulinatha is telling us that he's reminding us that this sutram specifically has a dhatu ri. In fact, look at what he does. He only says arti ri to make sure we understand ri is here. Remaining doesn't waste his space by giving the rest of it now. So Allah we know ri is in this sutram. Other things we don't care. Actually, as I mentioned to you, this sutram is used most for the akaranta dhatu because there are many of them. These are specific the single dhatus. Dhatu ru, dhatu ri. But akarantebhya api, akaranta nam I should say. Puk agam bhavati now parataha when niche follows. So after we do all of that, we get the puk agamaha pushed in the puk. Only the pakara remains. So we're going to get the ri plus pa puk agamaha, and this one is the 7333. And then what we are going to use is the sutram which we use all the time, but now for a different reason. We're going to use 7386. Puganta lagupatasya cha. Puganta lagupatasya cha is a puganta angam or lagupadha angam. Lagupadha. Upadha means alone tyatpura upadha. So the penultimate. Penultimate should be lagu. Lagu means should be rasva with no sanyoga falling. But sanyoge guru it becomes. So rasva and dirgha are in a vacuum. But lagu and guru are based on the context. So all all dirghas are gurus. The rasva will go into two baskets. It will either become lagu or it might become guru. In the case of rasva, if you have a sanyoga following, it is a guru. With no sanyoga following, it is a lagu. So rasva dirgha are don't depend on the context. Rasva will be rasva no matter what context, it will be rasva only. It will not become dirgha because sanyoga is following. But lagu guru, their sanya will depend on the context. And the sutram is sanyoge guru. Sanyoge guru. If you have a rasva, it's followed by sanyoga, it becomes guru. Sanyoge guru. If you look at the word guru, guru, sanyoge guru. Yes, sanyoge guru. So rastam lagu, sanyoge guru. And then dirgham cha. Very simple sutras, very simple, nothing special. Say that every rasva is a lagu to start with, but sanyoge guru. So it is guru. And dirgham cha. All dirghas are always guru. So what do we have right now? The sutra is puganta lagu patasya cha is what we are trying to use. Puganta lagu patasya cha. Now, right now what we have is the dhatu is there's a dirgha ikara that we have here. So that will always be guru. Because only the dirghas will always be guru. They will not be lagu. So there is no question of lagu padha. Because this dirgha ikarasya lagu sanyana sambhavati eva. You will never get lagu sanya. But puganta lagu padasya cha. The sutram says that if it's puganta, it doesn't matter whether you have guru or lagu. Because Panini says puganta. Then lagu padasya cha. Either has one of these two, it has one of these two. So either because it have either puganta or lagu padha. Most of the time useful for the lagu padha. Most of the time we do that, right? So but here we have to use the puganta. So puganta lagu padasya cha. The puganta we have. So then it doesn't matter whether you have lagu or guru. In fact, we have guru right now. Dirgha always guru. So, but you can still use that, make it repi. Repi becomes repi. This is now a new dhatu. Sanadhyanta dhatavaha. Sanadhyanta dhatava. So we use 7386 and then we use sanadhyanta dhatavaha to give, because unless you get a new dhatu sanya, you cannot use any of those rules which says dhatoho, 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 dhatoho in third adhyaya. Three adhikara dhatoho, dhatoho, dhatoho. So because dhatu in dhatupa only was ri. Now we put the nich pratyaya here now. So Panini has to give all the derived dhatu sanya by the Sanadyanta dhatavaha. 3132. Now we bring the pratyaya kta after that, and we start with repi plus repi plus kta. Lashakvatadite. It remains, but because the lashakvatadite, the ka was an it by kiniti cha guna nishedha. So this pratyaya kta had ka as an it, lashakvatadite, and because kitvat gunana sambhavati, because it's a kit pratyaya, because the 115 kiniti cha stops guna. Otherwise, you should normally have the same sutram, sarvadhatuka, ardhadhatuka yoho, because kitvat no guna. What's the next step, Ravi, over here?
So this becomes, this gets krutadhita samasascha, pratipadika samya.
Before that. So let's finish the antarangam. Finish the karyam between repi and ta. Have we got the form repita? This goes to show us one more thing, Just because we got the form doesn't mean that nothing else applies. Remember that. Because the Ashtadhyayi is like a computer program. It's going to keep on running. Just because you got what you want doesn't mean nothing else applies. Ishtarupam praptam, tathapi. You can have sutra pravrittihi. Sutrani pravarteran. You can have the sutra pravrittihi. So now we got the form repita. But now we don't want to be repita. We don't want to put to shame by this form. So what do we do now? Anybody in the class? Ravi, can you start anything? What is the thing?
It's repitaha, Satish.
Yeah, but the pratipadikam I'm doing that. Right now we're doing only pratipadikam only. So let's do the repita as the pratipadikam. So now we got repita. We'll do the subandha prakriya afterwards. Right now I'm trying to get to the pratipadikam repita. Okay, Ravi, I'll give you a hint. We should get the answer from that. The ta pratyaya, this ta pratyaya, is it savadharka pratyaya? Is it ardhaka pratyaya? What is it?
It's ardhadhatuka, Satish.
Okay. What is it? Valadi?
Oh, so idagama, we don't consider idagama.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Ardhatuka said valade. When you have a pratyaya which is ardhatuka, which is valadi, always think of idagama. 7235. Ardhadhatukasya id valadehe. And the nisheda for that is 7 to 10. That's not the only nisheda, but it's one of the main nishedas, 7 to 10, which says ekach upadeshanudattat. This is the anekash dhatu. Okay, let me just so everybody in the class is understanding what Ravi is saying, is that what he said was that we have to think about 7 to 35. Ardhadhatukasya id valadehe. Pratyakta thingshit sarvadhatukam. Ardhadhatukam sheshaha dhatu iti vihitasya. So dhatu iti vihitaha. So this is coming in the use of sutram nishtha, coming in 3.2. So this is pratyaya, as Ravi said, it has the ardhadhatuka sanya. It is valadi. What is val? Val means hal minus yakara. So that takara is a val letter. So now this is idagamaha praptaha. Idagama wants to come now. Nishedha, which we normally check first, is the 7 to 10. We should not apply here, because this is ekacha upadeshanudata, ekacha. We have anekash dhatu repi over here. So this will not apply. As a general rule, all the derived dhatus, this doesn't apply. Because some pratyaya has an ach in there, and the dhatu has an ach in the shuddha dhatu. When you combine them, they have become anekach. So all the derived dhatus, they can take idagama all the time, as a general rule. So now we get the idagama, Ravi. Now we can finish it for us, Ravi. So now let us put that. And let us put that one, and then let's finish this one. So never forget that all these nijantas, when you do this pratyakta, don't forget that the idagama is the one which is coming in there by the ardhadhatuka said valade. Okay, and come anybody in the Gita? Anything? Like maybe a form mohita, karita. So all these forms, if you have any of these, let's see, is the form mohita in Gita? Just try a couple of forms. Now we have the Bhagavad Gita also, which you can now check. Mohita. I'm sorry. Mohita. Mohitam. Yes, here you go. There it is. There it is. Sivir gunamayer bhavayer. Ebisarvidan jagata. Mohitan nabhijanati mame viparamavayam. this word is deluded by the three gunas, doesn't understand me, doesn't recognize me. So mohitam jagat mam nabhijanati. This word is deluded, doesn't understand me. With mohita is a nij form dhatu moh. Because moh will give mugdha, become mudha. It will not become mohita. Because the guna has taken place. But in mohita, look at the guna of the ukara. The pratyakta, because kiniticha, guna nishedha syat. So tasmad nyayati atra nich bhavediti. There must be nich pratyaya in here. So mohita. So same prakriya. Again, if you know the Gita Vyakaranam well, all this is already known to you because the word mohita is here. So same thing, all the same step. Of course, here you don't need the pukagama, no pukagama here. You'll also be using the puganta lagupada because lagupada is there, not because of pukagama. So, okay, so Ravi, let's finish this off now. Okay, now what do we do next step, Ravi?
I'm tempted to do akasavarni, not akasavarni.
Yeah, that will come just as if that would have been, but that's will not be the right form. Remember, the nich pratyaya has to drop.
Neraniti. Yes.
Neraniti. So, nehe anidada vada dhatu ke pare ne lopasyat. This pratyaya, this pratyaya, we already talked about that, has the ardhatuka sanya, ardhatukam sheshaha, and it is, that's the next one, wrong sutram, Ravi, next one. We have idagama here. Because idagama neraniti is only if anidada vada ke pare. This has idagama. Next sutram. Nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. Nishtayam seti. So, neraniti only can be used when we have no idagama. The sutram says, nehe aniti. Nehe aniti. We cannot use that. So, that one requires the no idagama. Nehe aniti. We are in the adhikar of ardha dhatuke over here. But next sutram will come to a rescue. Nishtayam seti. Again, taktavatu nishtha, we looked at that today. And this idagama is there. Everything is satisfied. Nishtayam seti. So what you are seeing in Repita is the idagamaha which is staying behind. Nich is going away. The form Repita, Mohita, this not the nich which is staying behind. The nich is actually going away by Nishtayam seti. And what is left behind is the idagamaha shruyate, nehe lopasyat. The nich is hearing lokvaha, the idagama is heard. So, by the way, the interesting thing in the old days, since there was no writing, there was no writing, you should not say idagamaha drishyate. It says id shruyate. The id is heard. There's no writing, we don't write. So writing is now only for us. But shruyate, always say shruyate, not drishyate. It's a small point, but if you read any commentary, it says id shruyate. So nich lupyate, nich takes lopaha. Okay, anyway, we got that form, and now finally in the what we have here is the Repitaha, like Ramavat, it is declined, so we don't have to go through that. Ramaha, Repitaha, Nareshwaraha. So that was what he's trying to tell us here. Jihretehe with the typo, Dhatoho, Niyantat, Karmaniktaha, Artirivli. Again, as I said to you, whatever Sutra Malinatha gives us, please understand why he is giving us. He has a good reason for that. He wants to make sure that he's making us understand properly. Also, don't forget, we jumped into Raghuvamsham in the middle now. So we are now in whatever the 9, 10, 11 chapter. So he's giving us only less things. In the beginning chapter, they give many more things. If you want to learn from him more, read chapter 1, 2, 3. So there he will teach us more. Now he's already taught us already there. He won't repeat again and again. But still he's repeating this for us. Still, even this in this section. That means he wants us to know that Dhatu Ri is in this sutram. Remember this, that's what he's telling you. Remember this sutram for this Dhatu Ri. Okay, now last one I want to do in this class before we call our Anuvadakara Nagarajji. This word Nighat. You want to try, Ravi, for this one? Can you help us out? So, okay, let me start here from this Ni is Upasarga Ni, so let's leave it for time, we leave it out of it. Let's take the Dhatu Han. Comes in Gita. Kam ghatayati hantikam. How about that? Kam ghatayati hantikam. If you knew Gita Vyakaranam well, no surprise. No surprise. So, sandeha na jayate. So, kam ghatayati hantikam comes in Gita. Always look at that one. Kam ghatayati hantikam, chapter number 2. Kam ghatayati. So, they're exactly the same steps. So in fact, you can get some hints from that also. Kam ghatayati. Kam ghatayati hantikam. So ghatayati is what this form is, a nijanta form. So kam ghatayati, whom does he cause to be killed? And hantikam, whom does he kill directly? Means na kamapi. Nobody does he kill. So that's the means. It's a rhetorical question. Anyway, ghatayati comes here. So we need the same two steps, Ravi, that we have in Gita. What I want to get is from the dhatu han. I want to get the takara adesha for the nakara. Nakara sthane takara adesha ishyate. And hakara sthane ghakara adesha ishyate. So I want these two from you, if you can help us out. So, but the hint is that this was a niche pratyaya over here. So maybe we have a similar pratyaya with similar properties. So the word is nighataha. So what, this is a noun form. What do you want to use, pratyaya, Ravi? Can you give us
Ta?
No, that become hataha.
Oh, hataha, okay.
So that will not help us out. What is, will you try? Try the pratyaya ghai, okay, which will give you a nama shabda, pullinga nama shabda, pratyaya ghai. So let's try that. See what we can. Okay, so now this ghai pratyaya is in the sense of the so han is to hit. So ghataha is like, killing, hitting. So ghataha. So there are two sutras for here. For the pratyaya ghai is 3, 3, 18, 19. One says bhave. Next one says akartari chakarake sanyayam. So I think bhave will work for us here. Nighataha means the striking. So we're using bhave only. You take the verb and you make a masculine noun in the meaning of that verb. So we take the form ghataha. I think this one should work for us. 3, 3, 18. Okay. Now let us start, Ravi. So I need two sutras from you. I want to try to make the nakara. First of all, we can do the. I need three sutras from you. I need to do the vriddhi of the upadha akaraha. I want to make the nakara sthane takara adesha, hakara sthane gakara adesha. Can you give me which of these? Which can you want to give me first?
So yit pratyaya is following, Satish.
So give me the vriddhi sutram. So
Ohante yinineshu.
Can do that. Okay, let's start with that. So what I was saying is that if you have a pratyaya which has the ta varga panchama for a na as an it, or the cha varga panchama nya as an it, then you can the hakara of han changes to ghakara. What number will that be? Ho hanter ninyeshu. Ho hanter ninyeshu. It also comes in Gita. So we get, we covered like kulagna. Kulagna nam kulascha comes in Gita. It also comes in the word Gnatopi Madhusudana, comes in two places. In the first chapter itself of Gita, you have this in two places. But let's look at the Ashtadhyayi, Ho Hanter Ninyeshu. Again, you can search for the word Ho and say, in fact, we got the, okay, let's go forward. Let's go Ho Hanter Ninyeshu. You're going to find it in 7.3, Sutram Ho Hanter Ninya. I think it's 7.354. This comes in many places, okay. But Ho Hanter Ninya, here it is. 7.354, Hakara of Han, takes the Kavarga Adesha. So here you have the five bridegrooms, Ka, Ka, Ga, Gha, Nya. We went to logic before. The Hakara, Mrudavarna, Mahaprana. It's a Jash, Mahaprana, Jash. We're going to take the Ghakara Adesha. So this doesn't say Ghakara, anurvati of Ku is coming down. This Chujoho Ku. But since the Hakara is the Mrudavarna, Mahaprana is going to take the Gha Adesha. When does that happen? For either by the Pratyaya which has this Chavarga Panchama, Taral Panchama as an it, or the Nakara directly, one of these two conditions. Either it has the Nakara following directly, means the middle Akara has gone. The Dhatu Han, the Madhyavati Akara se lopasyat, yadi lopasyat, then you have the Hakara Nakara Sanyogasyat. So Tasmin Avasare, and on that occasion. Athva pratyaya nit athva nit paratah asti chet. These two conditions. So these are now what we have is, as Ravi said, we have this as a nit. So that is going to now allow us to let me highlight that fellow. So Jyotanam Syat. Okay, and now we can use 7.354 and make the Gha. So Ghan. plus, and in the gha, of course, we have lashakvatadjite, halantyam, anubandha lope, akara vashishyate. So we have used ho hante ninyeshu, ho hante ninyeshu, ho hante ninyeshu, ho hante ninyeshu, ho hante ninyeshu. 10 times, all of you please. Okay, and then next one, Ravi.
Can we apply gamahana janakhana ghasam?
No, but it's only when that will lose the akara for us. So we don't want that. So
Okay.
and that'll do akara lopa, and that's only the pratyas kitnit, right? We
Now
don't
we have to get upadha vruddhi satishti somehow.
Yeah, that's easy for you, right?
Ataupadhaya.
Atopadhaya. 7211. Atopadhaya. Atopadhaya says if the pratyaya, again same similar condition, if you have pratyaya which is the tavarga panchama, chavarga panchama is nit, then the upadha akara takes vruddhi. 72116. Atopadhaya. Now we're getting this slowly. We got two things, Ravi. We only need one more from you now. One more from you.
Now,
Let me put this number 1 second. Okay. This is achoniti sorry. Atopadhaya. Okay, we got that. Okay, last one.
now we should get a takara adesha satishti.
Yes, so we have to look for that. Where would that be, you think? So, it's on this page, Ravi. It's in front of your eyes.
Okay.
Asmin patre.
Anasto
Anasto chinnalo.
chinnalo. Okay.
Achinnalo. So as long as the pratyaya is not, there'll be anuvritti coming somewhere. So if you have the pratyaya, again anuvritti is coming all the way from back here, from achoniti, anuvritti comes from niti. So but Panini excludes two pratyayas, the chin and null, in the form jaghana. In jaghana you have pratyaya which is the null pratyaya. But Panini says don't take that over here. Achinnalo, the pratyaya chin which comes in the lung lakara, and the pratyaya null which we saw in the the lit lakara. Though excluding those two, we have right now ghai. So these two is not us for right now. We don't have to worry about this right now. So any pratyaya which is nit or nyit but not chin or null, then hanastaha alone chastya. The dhatu han takes takara adesha. The taha is the prathama ekavachanam. That's the adesha. Adesha is this to taha. So we alone chastya. So 7332 hanasto. Hanasto chinnaloho. Hanasto chinnaloho. Then we get the form Ghata. And this is like looking like Ramavat. So 7332. 7332. So okay. So now I think we are done enough Vyakaranam for one day, I think, right? So we have now, so let's just mean this compound Ja Nighata Katinat Tvachaha. Katinat Tvach Pratipadikam. This is the now declined Pullinga Dviti Pullinge Dvitiya Bahuvachan Rupam. So we have Ja Nighata Katinat Tvach Pratipadikam. Look at this qualifying this Bhujan Swan. So if this is also a lesson which I told you many times. If you don't know you cannot recognize Subanta form, look around for Samadhikaranam. Many a times, you'll find some other padam around there, which is easy for you. Sugamam padam, which is Bhujan Swan is declined, Bhujan like Raman. So now you know this is going to be the Dvitiya Bahuvachanam Pullinge. So then if Samadhikaranam with this entire long compound Bahuvri, then you should know this is also going to be Pullinga Dvitiya Bahuvachanam. If you know that Pratyaya is Shas, so As is at the end, then you should know that it should be Ja, Nighata, Katina Tvach, Pradipadikam. Let's do so Ja Nighata. So the striking of the bowstring. And Taihi, Nighataihi, Katinam. So it's a Bahuvri compound finally, because the word is Tvach means skin. One whose skin was hardened. This is talking about the arms now. These are these arms whose Tvach, the Tvach was Katina. It was made hard by the striking of the bowstring. So Janighataihi Katinam. I think Tvach is probably stealing of Pradipadikam, I think. I think stealing of Tvach. I think become Katina Tvach. Katina Tvach. Yesham Te Bhujaha. So I think Tvach is stealing of Pradipadikam. Double check that. So that's what he's saying. And Swan Bhujan Dig Iti. Again, iti ends the quotation. Inside the quotation could be anything, but only the word dig is in the quotation. Dig iti vidhuya. It said dig means fire on these arms. I mean, because they could not lift that bow, So dig iti vidhuya means, what does he say? Avamatya. Avamatihi. Avamatihi means dhatu man. Man is to regard something. Avamatihi means tiraskarena. Tiraskarena. Avamatihi means, avamati means disregard or contempt. Out of contempt means shame on these arms. So avamatya is what is. So what is avamatya commentary on, Ravi? What do you think? Avamatya is a commentary on which part?
Dhigiti
And vidhuya, I think both. So digiti vidhuya means avamatya. Avamatya patasthire. Maybe I think because see, he put after vidhuya, right? So digiti vidhuya. I think probably can go with probably both. Digiti vidhuya means avamatya. So disrespect for those arms, Pratasthire. Definitely digiti, because dig has the word shame in that. Dig is an avyam, by the way, dig. And the avamati also definitely has tiraskar. Maybe you're right, maybe digiti. Okay. Avamatya vidhuya. Okay. So the only question then, why do you put it over here, right? Put it in between. Digiti should be avamatya vidhuya. So maybe he wants to include this one also. But anyway, avamatya means by to disrespecting, with disrespect. To the left with disrespect. Pratasthire. So let me just set out. Okay, let's do the translation for this one now. Let me bring in Nagaraja Panditaha. Oh, Nagaraja.
Namaskar.
Namaskar. Okay, I hope we didn't bore with all the Vyakaranam today.
No, I really am learning. I'm keeping quiet, but I'm learning a lot.
Good. Okay, sire.
Tata.
Tata. Many.
Bahavaha.
Bahavaha. Kings.
Nareshwara.
Nareshwara. Into brackets, killed. Nipunaha. Archers.
Dhanurbrata.
Shamed.
Repita.
Repita. Lajjam prapitaha. Then by that.
Tena.
Then by that bow.
Jan. Ja.
No, Dhanusha. Dhanusha by the bow. Ja is the bowstring.
Bowstring.
Despised. I think he's talking about digiti vidhuya.
Digiti vidhuya.
I think despised is the digiti. No, but no, I'm sorry, because crying fire. That is the digiti. Crying is the iti.
Crying digiti.
And crying fire. So maybe I think despite only vidhuya then. Let's take vidhuya.
Vidhuya.
Means having kind of shrugged off, vidhuya. Okay, there. Okay, let's go to what is the word for arms?
Bhujan. Swan Bhujan.
There is swan, means their own.
Swan Bhujan.
Swan Bhujan. So even if it means there, it means their own, means you can translate in English as there. So okay. We can, for example, say Chhatraha Swam Pustakam Patati. So a boy reads his own book. In English, it sounds strange. You could say a boy reads his book. So Manavakaha Swam Pustakam Patati. In English, it will become boy reads his book. But in Sanskrit, it means his own book. So you can say there. No, it will not be, there means this one.
Their own arms.
Their own, the same thing. Okay. So this is a compound. Now, whose skins were hardened by the strokes of their bowstrings? This is the whole thing, right? Ya, correct. Nighata, katinat, tvachaha. Okay, so skin is what?
Tvach.
Tvach. And hardened?
Katina.
By the strokes. The stroke is?
Nighata.
And bowstring, there is understood. Bowstring, ja.
Ja.
And crying fire.
Dig iti. Dig.
That crying is the iti, digiti. Patasthire is the departed. Okay. What we are out of time, but just give you an introduction for the next shloka in the next 5 minutes, and we'll stop. We did a lot of grammar today, but I think it's important. I hope you are enjoying that. If you don't want too much grammar, let me know. Then we'll, But then Then the class, is not doesn't serve the purpose. If you don't do the details, then the class doesn't serve them its purpose. Let's just do quickly. I'll just read out the next shloka to you, and we'll stop with that. Pratyuvachatam rishir nishamyatam saratoyam athava giraktam chapa eva bhavato bhavishyati vyaktashaktir rashanir giraviva. One more time. Pratyuvacha tam rishir nishamyatam saratoyam athava giraktam chapa eva bhavato bhavishyati vyaktashaktir rashanir giraviva. So Pati Uvacha is the Pati Upasargam. He replied, Tam Rishihi. So Tam Janakam Rajanam Rishihi Vishwamitra Pati Uvacha. Kimiti, what did he reply to him? That Nishamyatam, listen. Listen to what? Ayam, listen to this, listen about this, listen to him, listen about him. Ayam Ramaha. Sarataha. From this, that's a Tadita Pratyaya Sarataha. We'll do details next time. Sarataha is from the standpoint of his strength. Sara can mean essence. What is the stuff that is made of, Listen to him, listen about him. Nishamyatam is a passive form. Let him be listened to from the standpoint of his, in the matter of his strength. Athava, or actually, gira krutam. This krutam is a avyam padam over here. Krutam means alam. Enough with word. Or on the other hand, what's the need to say anything? No need to say anything. Gira krutam. He says, Sara varnanaya alam. Means no need to describe his strength at all. First he says, listen to Ramaha, listen about Ramaha as regards to his strength. Then he says, or on the other hand, athava, gira kritam, means vachanena alam. No need to say anything. Why? Chape eva, on this bow itself, bhavataha vyakta shaktihi bhavishyati ayam. He will show his prowess. He will be one who has who has displayed his strength on the bow itself. So for you, bhavataha. So for you. On the other hand, there's no need to say anything because he will be one who has displayed his strength, has shown his prowess on the bow itself for you. And then Upama coming over here is Ashanihi. Ashani is a thunderbolt. Girau is Parvate Iva. Just like a thunderbolt, shows its prowess, on the mountain. Similarly, Rama will show his prowess on this bow. So I don't need to say anything to describe him to you. That's the next shloka. Please read the Tika if you can at home. I think most of it is easy. I am Ramaha, Sarataha Balena. If you can find sutra, Ravi, you can do homework, find sutra for this, Sarataha Balena. And then the thing he spent some time on is the word Krutam. Krutam is normally, this will be a Nishtakta Pratyaha, but upon Malinatha, this is an Avyam Padam. This is taken in the Chadigana or the Swaradigana. I think Shastriji, Bhimsen Shastriji puts in the Swaradigana, while the Avyaya Kosha puts in the Chadigana. It's an Avyam Padam. It means alam. Krutam means alam. That's the hard, in this shloka, that's the hard part. Krutam means alam. It's not the usual adjective, nishtha. Pratyaha. He says, Girna Vaktavya iti artha. No need to say anything. Then he gives Amar Kosha quotation. He says, Avyam Chaitat. He also clarifies for you. Avyam Chaitat. He says that for you. And then he gives another meaning of that. Then he justifies Tritiya and Gira. Gira, how Tritiya is used. You can try to understand that Karane Tritiya. Tritiya Karane. It's an instrument. Instrument for what? Instrument for stopping. Nishedha. So this is the Nishedha Kriyam Prati Karanatvat. So stop with these words. In English, it works nice in English. Stop with the word. So that action of stopping, instrument is the gear, so it's the Tritiya Vibhakti in Karane Athe. And then he gives you the Upama and that's it, okay. So we stop with that and we'll do stuff next time. So any questions, I stay back. So let's do Mangala Charanam. Ramo Rajamanistada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Vijata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Muddhara Rama Rame Ti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana Om Namati